orientation and gender identification in classrooms as long as it's not part of the instruction. That's according to a settlement between state education officials and civil rights attorneys that clarifies what's allowed in classrooms. The law was passed 2 years ago prohibiting orientation and gender ID in early grades. The governor's office described the settlement as a win. This is NPR News.
Good evening. It's 7:04. I'm Avi Wolf-Maneret, and this is WHYY News in Philadelphia. A long-awaited review of New Jersey's response to the COVID-19 pandemic found the state was not adequately prepared for the health emergency. WHYY's Kenneth Burns tells us more.
The report looked at the actions of 31 state agencies with a keen eye on Governor Bill Murphy's office, the Health Department, and the Office of Emergency Management, which is under state police. Among the main points, the report confirmed findings of scathing state and federal reports on missteps to protect residents at veterans' homes. It found the pandemic worsened inequities that already existed in areas where institutions were already weak, citing the disproportionate mortality rate for Black and Latino residents. The report also found a plan that has been on the shelf at the Health Department since 2015, addressing a flu pandemic, was extremely accurate in predicting what would eventually happen during the COVID-19 pandemic, but no one knew of its existence. The report is calling for emergency plans to be created and for agencies to be trained on them, among other recommendations, including investing in technology to assist with emergency responses. From the New Jersey desk, Kenneth Burns, WHYY News.
The sun just set here in Philadelphia, 53 degrees. The wind is finally dying down as well. Low 41 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, high around 65 for your Tuesday. Wednesday, the mercury continues to climb, a mix of sun and clouds, high of 70. At 7:05, you are listening to WHYY 90.9 in Philadelphia.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include the Wallace Foundation, working to develop and share practices that can improve learning and engagement for young people and the vitality of the arts for everyone. Ideas and information at wallacefoundation.org.
This is Fresh Air. I'm Terry Gross. My guest, Julio Torres, is a comic, actor, and writer. You may know him from his comedy specials on HBO and Comedy Central, from the short films he used to do on Saturday Night Live, his bits as a correspondent on The Tonight Show, and as a writer and actor on the HBO series Los Espookies. Now he's making his debut as a movie director with his new satirical film Problemista, which he also wrote and stars in. Emma Stone is the producer of the film, Isabella Rossellini is the narrator, RZA co-stars. Problemista draws on Torres' own experiences as an immigrant from El Salvador trying to overcome the financial and bureaucratic obstacles of the U.S. immigration system. Torres plays an immigrant from El Salvador whose visa is running out and needs a job, someone to sponsor him, and money for the lawyers and fees that the renewal requires. Tilda Swinton plays Elizabeth, a potential problem solver because she offers to sponsor him if he's able to get a museum or gallery show and sell the work of her late husband, which she needs to pay his leftover bills. But she's also a problem creator, demanding the impossible and arguing with everyone. As she keeps finding more impossible tasks, Alejandro is also facing the many problems created by the immigration system. One day, with little time left on his visa, he goes to an ATM and finds his bank account is worse than empty. He actually owes the bank money, a fee, because he's overdrawn. Here he is in a scene with the customer service rep from the bank.
I'm sorry, but that's just not the amount I should have. According to my calculations, that is not the amount I should have in my account.
What balance were you expecting?
Well, I don't know. Zero would be great. just get me to zero.
Again, every time you overdraft, the bank must impose a penalty of $35.
So, what? Like an $8 sandwich becomes a $45 sandwich?
$43. Again, that's the policy, Mr. Martinez.
That makes absolutely no sense. I distinctly recall making a cash deposit.
And that deposit was flagged as potentially fraudulent, so it's on hold now. For your protection.